Hey, welcome back, treasure hunters. If this is your first time watching, I am Joe, the treasure hunting dad, and I go through thrift stores, estate sales, estate auctions, anywhere I can find really cool treasures that I can flip and turn for a profit. Today, we are going to look at some of my thrift store finds and auction buys, but I'm not going to tell you which is which. I'm going to let you guys guess. See if you can get it correct. So I'll give you a couple seconds and you can try and decide whether I got something at the thrift store or at an estate auction or estate sale. I've got about, give or take 10 items. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna try a little bit different angle here with this video, but here is the first treasure that I get this at a thrift store or at an auction. Well, if you guess thrift store, you are correct. This was kind of an easy one, I think, at least in my opinion, but this is a piece of studio pottery. What caught my eye about this is, one, it looks older and it feels older. I can't really explain how. It's just, I don't know. It's thinner. It's crafted really well. And this was really dirty also. That's another thing. Like all on the inside of here was all dusty and dirty and stuff, and the outside also. But I always check out when I see pieces of studio pottery. This was done by Lawrence Blasey, and all I did was did a quick search and found that he was very well known Cleveland School artist. I think he might have even taught at Cleveland Institute of Art, but he was a Cleveland school artist. And I found a couple pieces of his selling on eBay for like the $150 to $200 range. So this thing I got at Goodwill, and it was only, I believe it was $4.19. Next up here, I actually have two of these Majolica plates, and I'm not sure what type of flowers they are. There's a mark on the back. I picked these up at a thrift store or an estate auction or sale. If you guessed thrift store, once again, you are correct. I did post these when I found them in the thrift store. I posted these on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, you would have known I got these at Goodwill for $1.09 or $1.19 a piece. And they are antique Majolica. I'm not really sure. I did an image search and I came up with some similar type like styles that were French and also English, so I really don't know, but they're really colorful and nicely made. What caught my eye about it is anytime you see Majolica, any kind of pottery or plates or whatever, the first thing you want to look at is the coloring and also like how well does it stay within, whatever it's covering. And this, are there drips and stuff across these? And these are really nicely done. And also, this is a type of mark. I don't know the maker of this, but see how this mark has the glaze over top of it, and it's not like pressed in afterwards. And also, all the different, there's a 7 up here, a C, the symbol, some numbers. Anytime I see a lot of different things like that, different elements to the marking, or if there was more numbers like kind of randomly put around, a lot of times that is an indicator, especially if the piece looks older and everything, and I clean these up, but a lot of times that is an indication of that it probably is older or antique, because all of these mean something. Each maker had different ways to tell, what year it was produced or where it was produced or the artist or all of that stuff. So that's something to always look for, but they're the same plate, no real damage to them or anything, and definitely a really good find for only a couple bucks. Okay, here's the next item. Did I get this at an estate auction or sale or the thrift store? If you guessed auction, you're correct. And this was kind of a fail. I picked this up at auction. It was only a couple dollars. But the auction house that had listed it was fairly, I don't know, novice, I guess. They didn't have a lot of details to anything. And what I should have done is reached out and asked the size because it was not listed. In the picture, it just looked a lot bigger. And then when I got it, amongst some other things that I got from that auction, it was just this small little brass thing. And I don't even know what this was used for, if it was used for something like to go on top of something, or I have no clue, just given the size. So again, it was only a couple dollars and obviously didn't really weigh into the shipping costs. So it's not really a big deal. I just need to figure out what this thing is. And it was definitely not what I expected, but either way, kind of cool, and will be super easy to ship if I actually resell it. Okay, here's the next thing I have. This is a piece of art glass or studio glass, kind of freeform, and it is signed on the bottom right here. So thrift store or estate sale / auction. If you guessed thrift store, you are correct. I got this for $4.99 at a local Savers. And it's just a free form. You can see this kind of stretched across to make somewhat of a handle, I guess. And I don't know, it's just kind of cool. Definitely a free form abstract piece, but it's super heavy. But anytime I find different art glass like that, here's the Punto scar, and it was signed. Anytime I find that, I usually will pick the piece up and see if I can uncover who the artist is. I'm not sure. I haven't figured this out yet. I did post this. Oh, I haven't posted this to anywhere yet. So hopefully somebody will recognize the signature. But for only $5, kind of a cool piece of art glass. Okay, here's the next thing I'm going to show you. This is an oil painting on canvas. It is signed down in the lower right corner. Gloria Gewinner, I guess. Gewinner. Thrift store or estate. You guessed estate sale, you are correct. I picked this up at an estate sale online, and I think I paid like $22 for it. It was pretty close to here, so shipping wasn't bad at all. This piece was not identified in the listing, but I was able to see the signature, so I just did a quick search, and I found a bunch of numerous works from her. The value, auction value, and some of the listings ranged anywhere from $150 to upwards of $500 for her work. Thought this was really cool. It's very detailed and well done, and I'm not really exactly sure where this is or what it is. Looks like some sort of apartment complex maybe. I thought it was kind of striking and definitely worth only like $20. So hopefully I'll be able to make at least $150 off of it. So here's the next one. This is a black and white photograph, and it is titled The White Sands, and it is signed down here. Did I get this at a thrift store or estate sale / auction? If you guessed thrift store, you are correct. This is an older photograph. I have not been able to correctly ID who the artist is on this, but I mean, to me, it looks like C.A. Bennett, but I'm going to have to post this. I'm actually found a good photography group on Facebook, so I'll post this there. I really like, I said this before, I really am drawn to vintage / antique photography for some reason. And I've actually sold a decent amount of it also for a really nice profit. So I found this for, I think it was like $4.19 at a Goodwill, and I was definitely going to take a chance on something, even if I can't ID the artist inside the actual store. So, but it's framed in what looks to be the original frame and stuff, and kind of a cool photo, so hopefully I'll be able to ID it. Here's my next piece. Did I get this one at a thrift store or at an auction? And just to give you a little bit of information, this is a limited edition lithograph print by Daryl Murdoch. If you guessed thrift store, you are correct. This is numbered down here, 101 out of 150, and then it is hand signed Daryl Murdoch. And if you watch my, how to tell the difference between prints or valuable prints versus, just modern reprints, that's the first thing I always look for is the number, and if it is hand signed, which it is. And then you always want to check the back, and here clearly says it's the certificate of originality, but you can see the artist name, Daryl Murdoch, and this was titled The Wetlands, print number 101 out of 150. So everything is right there. The original he did was watercolor inks and metallic paints. But I used that information, did a quick Google search. I also really like the frame on this. I don't see a lot of frames with the rounded edges like that. But I just did a quick search and found that his work sells between $75 and $150. And I got this one at Goodwill for $5.09. So here's the next piece that I'm going to show you. And this one is numbered down here in the corner, and it is signed here. Did I get this at a thrift store or estate auction / sale? If you said estate auction, you are correct. I got this one from an estate auction out west, and this is done, I don't know how to pronounce the first name. It's Jack and then Tarke. More of a modern artist. It is hand signed here, and that is impossible to decipher, but I recognized his style, his work. It's pretty recognizable. And then I knew I saw that signature somewhere. So I did an image search. I grabbed one of the images from the auction site's website, did a quick image search in Google, and then was able to uncover the artist's name. And I picked this one up for, I think around $75. There are a bunch of auction results and stuff around his work. And this is a hand-colored serigraph, but I really couldn't see a lot of the sold prices, but the prices on eBay people are asking for his work are all over the place. So it's not an entirely big piece, but it is in good shape and nicely done and everything. So I'll probably price this somewhere in the $500 range to start, and then see how that goes. Here's another piece of art that I picked up. I do not know the artist to this. I have not been able to figure that out. But did I get it at a thrift store or an estate sale? If you guessed estate sale, you're correct. I picked this piece up for $20, and it's got a ton of, I don't know if it's epoxy or whatever over top of it. So it's super hard, but I don't know. I really liked, I just really liked it. It's kind of modern. It's got the, all the dripping kind of pouring art behind this wine glass. It is signed down here in the corner, but I have not been able to figure out what that signature is. And then on the back, it actually has another drawing here of an angel. And then there is the signature once again. And then it is titled and dated and sized up here. I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool piece. I wasn't going to go crazy because I had no idea who the artist was. I tried doing image searches, and, there's so many people that do acrylic pours and stuff that it was really hard to try to nail down an artist. And, but I wasn't going to go crazy, but I just put in a $20 bid and ended up winning. So hopefully someone will be able to help me figure out who made this piece. Here's the next piece I'm going to show you. And this is an oil painting on canvas, and it is signed Franklin down here. It's kind of hard to see, but I get this one at an estate sale or thrift store. If you said estate sale, you're correct. I picked this up for around $55, and I thought I had ID'd the artist, but when I got it and I went back, I could not find the original posting I saw when I bid on it. But either way, it's very, very nicely done with the impressionist kind of style. I really liked it. It's in a pretty nice frame. I'm not really sure. I'd like to figure out exactly who painted it, but either way, I should be able to at least, seeing that it's a mid-century piece, I should be able to at least get $150 for it, I would think. But I don't want to sell it if I can somehow find that original thing. I don't remember what the artist's name was, but I'm pretty sure his or her work was selling for more than that, or else I probably wouldn't have purchased it with the cost of shipping and everything. So hopefully I can figure out the artist. If not, either way, it's still a nice piece I should be able to make profit from. So here's the final piece I'm going to show you today. This is signed right here, Paz, dated 1980, and I believe that's a 1 of 1. So did I get this one at a thrift store or estate sale? If you said estate sale / auction, you are correct. This was one of those ones where you could easily see the signature, but it was not identified. And I just did a search around, abstract artwork or around signed Paz, and found that it's Julio Paz. And he had a whole bunch of different types of art. And I got this piece for, I think, around $75, $80. Kind of a really cool symmetrical piece here. I just really, I don't know, kind of liked it. I liked the minimalist nature to it, and his work was selling all over the place depending on the size and if it was original or, lithographs or whatever. But seeing this is a 1 of 1 print, and I just thought it was different, so I should be able to make a good amount of profit off of it. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my thrift store finds, my auction buys. If you have any questions on any of the items that I found, what caught my eye about them, if I missed something, just leave a comment below. If this is your first time watching, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and please, everybody, like that video. It's the YouTube algorithm and just helps me out, helps me get in front of more people. I'm going to be working on my next video. I think I am going to go over some of my top resales of 2021. So tune in for that. Should be pretty cool. I had a bunch of really nice flips that I made over the year, so I'll be running down. In the past, I've done it like a 2-part video series, even 3 parts. I'll probably just try to run through maybe 10 to 15 and keep it a little shorter, because a lot of the items, now that I've been making videos for a while, I've already gone over some details and stuff on. So we'll just run through a list of some of my better flips over 2021. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all. Hope you guys have the best luck out there treasure hunting, and stay safe.